Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. We are here today to do a reading for the sign of Aries for October 2017. I am using two decks today. The main reading will come from Cyril Marchetti's Legacy of the Divine, which will be a Celtic cross this month. And then our guidance card will come from Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Divine Oracle. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading for the month of October, Aries. I want to just say really quickly that Aries was my most watched video last month. So thank you very much to all of my beloved Aries viewers out there. So let's go ahead and get started. Calling on the divine, calling on my angels, guides, and spiritual helpers, asking that you would oversee and overlight this reading for the sign of Aries for the month of October 2017 as we look at the energy that will be available to the sign of Aries in this upcoming month. I give thanks in advance for perfect clarity, perfect vision, and perfect wisdom as we explore the energies that will be available for the sign of Aries for the month of October. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Giving thanks to all that is for the perfection that is this life as we look at the energy for the sign of Aries for the month of October 2017 as we look at the energy for the sign of Aries for the month of October 2017. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for Aries for October 2017. All right, that feels pretty good for Aries. Okay, let's see where we are. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Wands coming up in the reverse. So the Nine of Wands, Aries, is a very fiery energy, which is right in line with your energy. And the Nine of Wands upright is all about really having traveled a road and really feeling like, you can't keep going in the way that you're going. Now, it is coming up in the reverse for Aries. And what I'm feeling here in the moment is that this Nine of Wands, this sense of having done all that you can do or putting in extra work to get to where you want to be. You are coming into a time in the month of October where this sense of being burdened, this sense of being of having to carry a heavy weight is going. I'm feeling that's you're going to feel that's lifting, that you're feeling lighter, more engaged, more included in life. All right, so that's what I'm picking up as your with your bottom card there with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the rest of your cards here in your spread. So at the very heart of the matter, you know, Aries, you're coming in very strong here with the King of Wands. Again, this is another fiery energy, perfectly in line with the your own energy, your sign. So this King of Wands is really a master of getting things done, right? So that's going to be a very key and central focus for Aries in the month of October. You will really be looking at and experimenting with new ways to get things done, new ways to accomplish your goals in life, or maybe not in life, but in this at this time in your life, right? You may not be trying to accomplish your lifelong, the biggest goal that you've ever set for yourself at this time, but you're certainly in a position where you're going to be looking at ways to increase your joy by doing things and interacting with people who allow you to be fully expressive. What I'm really picking up on this card for Aries is that this is really your energy here. So you're looking for ways to increase your energy, and you'll be doing that in whatever way best suits you. So let's go ahead now and take a look at what's crossing this action oriented energy in the month of October. And we do have the Three of Coins. So again, more of the same here, working very hard to turn things around for yourself. And the energy appears thus far to be very much supporting that effort, right? The efforts that you're putting in to increase your coins, to increase your joy again and your peace in your life. You're working very hard to accomplish that. So kudos to you, Aries. And let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of your cards here. Now, beneath you, this is what's driving you. This is what's pushing you. This is what, and I do take note that the Fool is also in red here. This is what's really driving your efforts, right? It's you're searching or seeking or working towards something new in your life. Now, the Fool is coming up in the reverse. The Fool is also a major arcana. So when I see majors in the reverse, it doesn't necessarily speak to me that it's the opposite of what it actually means, right? In other words, I'm not picking up that the Fool in reverse means that you won't be starting something new. You won't be setting out on a new venture. I am still feeling very much that that is the case, especially given the heart of the matter being the King of Wands. And then I see you working very hard to accomplish this in your life. So what I'm picking up is just that it may seem that things are not falling into place the way that you anticipated that they would. But again, that does not mean that they're not going as they should. It just means it doesn't look like you expected it to look. So that's just something to be mindful of for Aries coming into the month of October. Overriding the sign of Aries, we do have the Ten of Swords as your overriding energy here. So there's been this this real sense of being attacked by the world, or not being treated fairly for whatever reason. It could be in relationships, it could be on your job. Somewhere in your life, you're really feeling that you haven't been receiving the treatment that you so rightly deserve. So I'm not picking up exactly what area of life this is in regards to, but I do take note that these cards in your central row typically tell a story in and of themselves. So if I were to lay these cards back down and just take a look at your central row, I would say that there's that Ten of Swords that's sitting on top of your ability to get things done. And then I'm also seeing a possible a stunted start in some way. Something that you're trying to initiate doesn't get it doesn't produce what you're expecting it to produce. So in that way, it certainly makes sense that the Ten of Swords is overriding you, because it just, you're not feeling that you're getting what you deserve or what you expect out of a situation. So in that way, you're feeling very unfairly treated, right? So that is the energy that is overriding the sign of Aries. Now, in your recent past, there's been some movement. You've either relocated or changed jobs or changed homes. There's been some sort of recent change in your environment that has certainly contributed to the energy that you're currently experiencing, or that you will experience in the month of October. So this recent change that's taken place for you has placed you in a position, because there's this rule of cause and effect. For every cause, there's an effect. Every, they say that a butterfly flaps his wings in China, and it can like blow a tree down in the other part of the world, because of this cause and effect type thing. So I'm feeling that this recent move that you've made has certainly is definitely going to impact your future endeavors. So let's take a look here further at the cards and see what type of changes are in store here for Aries. So in your very near future, we have the Five of Coins. Yes, Five of Coins coming up in the reverse. So here you can see that this person on this card is very needy, very desolate looking, very like she's lacking something. What I'm taking note of right away is the light and the flowers that are behind her, which is an indication that we are never alone. We are never completely without what we truly need to be okay. Now, this is coming up in the reverse for the sign of Aries, which is in line with what I was just saying about this recent change. This recent change that you've made, fives also indicate change. So this recent change that you've made is going to turn things around for you. This Five of Cups is coming up in the reverse, which means that this energy of not feeling like you have enough has got to turn around. It has to be released in some way in your experience. Now, does that mean that you'll hit the lottery tomorrow or next week? I don't know. Maybe for a handful or a couple of you guys out there, you may be lucky enough to hit the lottery. But this is what I'm picking up here is simply a turnaround in your ability to gain money, to not have to be in a position to have to ask people for what you need. So that's a good thing. And then that's also very clearly indicated here as the heart of the matter. card coming up as the King of Wands, indicating that you'll be working very hard to get to accomplish what you're looking to accomplish, which is also indicated here with the Three of Coins crossing you. So a lot of hard work there in store for Aries, but it is work that will be a game changer for you. Now, this is how you're seeing yourself. Take a look at that, Aries. You're seeing yourself as a star. You're seeing yourself as someone who's very capable, very able of getting things done, of manifesting the things that are most important to you in your life. So this, I love seeing that this is how you're seeing yourself. The star is a very positive card. It's a very uplifting card and a very enlightening card. So again, kudos to Aries for seeing yourself in this very positive light, because that will help you on the path of creating the life that you're destined to create for yourself. All right, so next up we have another 5 coming up. So looks like change is going to definitely be on the order for you. And very interestingly enough, both of these 5s are you know, they have similar pictures on them. Both of them, and this 5 of Cups is coming up in your environment. All right, so around you, let's go back to talking about both of these 5s for a moment here. So this one was in your near future, and it was in the reverse, indicating that things will be turning around for you, because as I mentioned, 5s are an indication of things changing. All right, in your environment, we have a similar card coming out in the reverse again. I'm feeling that this desolate feeling, this feeling of not having enough, not being emotionally strong enough to maybe handle some of the changes that you've had to experience lately, that's turning around. Your environment is lining up. The energy is opening up in your environment to allow you to release some of this 5 energy and to really have the opportunity to really turn things around for you. That's really a big word that keeps coming in to my mind as it relates to Aries for the month of October. This is your turnaround season. All right. Next up, we have your hopes and fears. Now, in your hopes and fears, you have the Page of Wands. Now, this little guy is a very youthful, again, very fiery energy, an energy of getting things done. I'm feeling that as a hope and fear, this could potentially mean that you don't think you're either mature enough, and that's not the right word, not mature enough, perhaps strong enough to accomplish some of these changes, perhaps to get beyond this 10 of Swords energy that's overriding you there. So as a hope or fear, I'm really sensing that there's a fear that you won't have enough oomph to get out of this 10 of Swords energy. But again, it's a perception. It's a perception based on passing judgments on your circumstance, right? So if I'm looking at my circumstance and I'm really feeling like there's it's hopeless, right? The way we were just talking about both of these 5s, the look of the way these individuals look on these cards is very much a sense of desolation and desperation. So there's that fear that you won't be able to fully step into and embrace the goodness that you absolutely deserve. But again, I'm picking up that that is a perception that you have. And as with all perceptions, they can be changed. All right? Now, as your final outcome card, we do have the Six of Coins coming in as your final outcome. Now, the Six of Coins is all about give and take, push and pull, you know, and this is also in as it relates to your coins, your money. So being in a position to really express your goodness in a way that allows you to be more open when you're giving will also allow you to be more acceptable and receptive when it's time to receive. All right, so that's going to be something to be mindful of for Aries in the month of October. As your final outcome card, you will be in a position where you'll be able to give more freely, and that was very much indicated here, in my opinion, with the fives coming up in the reverse, as well as there was something else, the King of Wands here, as your central focus, a very powerful action-oriented energy that's also crossed by some very hard work and dedication. So that is the main portion of your reading for the month of October. Let's go ahead now and take a look at your guidance card to close out your reading for the month of October for the sign of Aries. So calling on my guides, teachers, helpers, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Aries, asking for one additional guidance card for the sign of Aries to close out their reading for the month of October. Giving thanks in advance to all that is for perfect clarity, perfect wisdom, and perfect vision. So we're asking for one additional guidance card here for the sign of Aries. One additional guidance card. Thank you in advance for perfect clarity, perfect wisdom, and perfect vision. All right. Sign of Aries for October 2017. October 2017. All right, Aries. Let's try to get one out for you here. Almost jumped there. There we go. All right. Took a moment to get your card to come out, Aries, but I think we finally got one here. We have Between Worlds for the sign of Aries. So again, perfect guidance coming in. And that's exactly what I was saying, is that recent change, whatever has changed recently for the sign of Aries, a move, a relationship change, a home, a job, there's been some sort of very recent movement in your life. And as I stated earlier, this movement is a catalyst for change in your life, for positive change. And this card perfectly closes that out by reminding us that you are in between where you used to be and where you're going to be. So you're somewhere in the middle, and that may not always be the most comfortable place to be in, because you're not quite where you were, but you're not quite where you're going yet. So you're somewhere in the middle. And that, again, may be why we're picking up this Ten of Swords energy, because of this sense of not being solidly grounded either in this, on this side, or on this side. You're just kind of hanging out in the middle. And that's not a horrible place for Aries to be in, right? At least you aren't where you used to be. That's for sure. All right. So I want to thank you for joining me for the October reading. I do wish you all the best in the month of October, and I look forward to seeing you back here in November. Namaste.